Hi, everyone out there in Facebook land. This is Alison Solar from Solara Designs, and I'm challenging myself to go on live more frequently. So, this is going to be one video this week. Maybe I'll do another little video tomorrow. It's really hard to do these videos. It feels so weird. But anyway, I'm going to do them because I have lots of information to share with all of you. And I don't know, I want to do this. I want to teach everybody what I know. Anyway, Alison Solar, designer, Solara Designs, New Hyde Park, New York. I have been an interior designer for 26 years. I graduated from from college in 1992 after having not gone to college and then going back to college later on when I was getting a divorce. So being a single mother, I'm a very hard worker and a big achiever. I had to take care of my daughter, so I worked really hard to maintain a household financially and emotionally, but that's another topic. So I got started in kitchens and bathrooms kind of by a fluke, and I got the best training there is through Home Depot back in the 90s when they used to send us to all the NKBA classes and kitchens design, bathroom design, universal design. I have lots of NKBA certifications, and the amount of training and the volume of work that was done at that time was at a constant pace. We worked really hard. So if you're cranking out, easy $25,000, 20 of $5,000 kitchens, $7,000 kitchens, but we did over $1 million a month in the store. So anyway, I learned a lot through that company, and through my learning, I always desired to have my own company. So I have my own business, and I had a retail showroom in Williston Park, New York, right on Hillside Avenue. And I had that store for 5 years, but unfortunately it was at the height of when the recession was starting. So I work from home now. Look at my beautiful house. You can't see the whole thing, but it's my nice little office. I have a lovely office. I don't have to worry about rent. I don't have to worry about when I'm going to get there. It's so much better. But I do miss the store. Anyway, I have gained a lot of knowledge over the years of product. I am a technical, I need to know everything there is about that product. And I research and I've learned. I continue to take classes. I continue to attend CEU classes and study my knowledge in different products, different materials. So today I just wanted to go over, give you a quick little demo of, not demo, a little overview of what is a laminate countertop, what is a quartz countertop. So I don't have a sample of Corian, but I'll just describe it. I have a sample of the quartz and I have a sample of the laminate. I also have a sample of a marble, and I'll just quickly go over the differences between all of the different ones, because they're so crazy. The laminates they have nowadays will blow your mind. If you have someone on a budget, I really wish that people would sell more laminate countertops, because it's such an affordable alternative to a stone. It's thousands of dollars less expensive to do a laminate countertop than it is to do a stone or quartz or marble or quartzite, whatever. A solid stone is several $1,000s, few $1,000s. A laminate countertop, not nearly as much. The difference with the laminates are, because it's a laminate, it needs to be with a top mounted sink. So you need to make sure when you're specifying a laminate countertop for a kitchen or a sink or a wet area, the sink has to be top mounted, just in case you don't know these things. Then, okay, a laminate is, what a laminate means is it's a thin sheet of something applied to a substrate and adhered to it. So a laminate, you could laminate documents, you put a clear coat over it, you laminate all kinds of, your license papers. So you all understand what laminate is. So it's laminating. It's the process of covering. So with a laminate, this laminate, for instance, this is a Wilson Art laminate. I mean, I don't know if you could see it, but there's like a little, maybe how do I go this way? See, there's like a little texture in it, and it has like a little glitter in it. If you didn't want to, if you have a low budget kitchen, but if you have a laundry room or a small area, a desk, my desk is made out of laminate. It's beautiful. This is laminate. I love my desk. And this is the okay, got back. Laminate is, what they do is they take a photograph of the real material. They take a photograph of a real granite, and then they laminate it over a phenolic, this is called a phenolic backer, and it is about a 1/16 of an inch thick. And so what laminate, olden days, years ago, we used to call it Formica. The common name was Formica, but Formica is really a brand Formica, a brand Wilson Art, a brand Pionite. So all of those are brands. The material is a laminate on a phenolic backer. And you take this material, and it's so thin and flexible, and they can make rounded edges with it, rounded on the side. They heat it and glue it up, and it'll bend. It's very durable. To wear through this, scratch resistant, stain resistant. It's so durable. It probably is better than any other material out there for a countertop, other than the disadvantages of that you have the edging. Okay, so that's the problem with the laminate countertops. People don't like to get the seam between the two materials, because when they put the materials together, you have like a line. You see like a line of the material, very little on it. So whatever that little 1/16 of an inch, you see that. So that's what deters people from the laminate countertop, and the fact that you need to do the top mounted sink. So the laminate, that's what laminate means. These are some examples of the laminates. And at the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show, they had amazing, you couldn't believe what was laminate. This is good for commercial use also. It's good for vertical use, facing of something. I've used it in a commercial project, and it looks like metal, but it's not metal at all, but it looked like brushed copper. And I did the whole front of the reception desk in that, and it was so sharp, because you even if you touched it, you wouldn't know what you were touching. But very beautiful. It's on my website. It's in the office that I did. If you go to solara-designs.com, you can see my desk and credenza I made. But was that? No, the reception area. That was it, the reception desk. So anyway, these are some, you can get some funky stuff. Like this I'm not so crazy about. But, it's not bad. I don't know. A lot of this is for commercial application. If you want to do like the back of your island in something like this, it's a heck of a lot less than doing it in a stone. You can put this on half-inch material. What they do is they take this material and put it, I don't have a piece of wood, but they imagine this is wood. This is wood now. Pretend. Let's pretend. We're going to pretend this is wood. So this is wood, and they take this laminate and they glue it to this substrate. And the substrate could be either particle board or plywood. So they all have their advantages and disadvantages. So we have your laminate. So imagine that on your island. That's kind of cool. Or like a backsplash somewhere. And I mean, the textures on them, I can't really, I mean, I wish you could touch it, but it's not 3D yet. But they have like little textures on them. And a large format, these look like the real thing. So we have, this is a softer, just see it's shiny, a little shiny. It doesn't have the pattern on it. You have to really look at them to see which ones have the pattern. I think the pattern, this is another one with like a little glittery. The pattern is quite attractive, and that takes away from the glare on the countertop. And what other ones? There's another one that's, you know, we're used to just seeing, whenever I mentioned laminate to a countertop to a client, they're like, oh, white, like my mother had? I'm like, yeah, you know what? My cousin has a laminate countertop. The thing is 40 years old, and it's white, and that thing looks like 2-3 years old, not 40. Look at this one for a marble. In a bathroom, a guest room, a laundry room, even the front of an island, if you want to do that, a peninsula or something. It's actually more durable than a paint and a heck of a lot less expensive than the stones. Okay, so we don't have anybody watching. And what I'm going to ask at the end of this is for people who see it, if you would please pose a question to me that you would like some clarification and some education on. Now, just so you know, look at all these colors that I have available in these laminates from different companies. This is a Formica brand. I mean, it's just unbelievable the selection that you have. And you could find almost anything. The one I had it sitting on, oh, this one. I had this sitting on the counter, and my daughter was like, I want that. Look at that. This is a smooth finish, but it's like a matte smooth. It's not so shiny. See, there's not much glare on it. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, imagine that if you have a young couple. You're a young couple, you just want to freshen up the house because you're not going to be able to refinance for another 10 years, let's say. You do something like this on the countertop, what are your girlfriend's going to say? Oh my God, that's not stone. Oh, that's awful. How dare you? Screw them. This is a great alternative. So I told my daughter, you know what? For about $500-600, we could replace all her countertops with this. I thought that was fantastic. Hi, Julia. Hi. And I see I have a Michelle joined. Hey, Michelle, give a shout out. And I have a Sandra who joined. Thank you for joining. And this is our commuter happy hour kitchen and bath news group. So, but I have a ton of these. I was looking for colors, you know, and all these samples you can get if you're a designer. These all come. You can look at all the colors on their computers, and look at this. This is a special format one. This is just gorgeous. For the price, you can't beat it. What was I saying? I always lose what I'm saying. Julia, what was I saying? Somebody else, what was I saying? This colors, all the colors. All, I mean, I have a pile here. Look at the pile of colors. Oh, I know what I was saying. As a designer, you can go onto this websites, wilsonart.com, and formica.com, and I requested all these samples. They were free. All these samples were free. I didn't pay for one. And you saw the pile? So I just ordered, if there was a minimum of 10, Don't tell them. Don't tell anybody. But what I did was I ordered 10 and then I finished the order, and then I ordered 10 and I finished the order, and I got like 30. So anyway, so I love this one. And this one, how interesting. That on the back of an island, how cool would that be? Or a funky countertop, an island on the top of an island. It's just phenomenal. I've never even seen anything like that in real life. So those are the laminates, and which I really am pushing people to explore it and make it an option in a laundry room, a mud room, a bathroom, a kid's bathroom, or a homeowner, young homeowner on a budget and not ready to do that really fancy kitchen, or they're doing the fancy kitchen, but they might not be able to afford the granite because it's $4,000, $5,000. Maybe they have to wait 4 years. Well, in 4 years, you don't want plywood on your countertops. Get a laminate countertop. You may even make a little tiny backsplash, old-fashioned style. I know it's awful, but in the meantime, if you knew it was temporary, that why not? I think that's a great option. Okay, then the other thing that's man-made are these quartz, and these are really popular. And what people like, some people will say it's silestone or it's Caesar stone. Those again are all a brand name. They're branded. Like we had Wilson Art, and for mica, now we have Cambria, Caesar stone, silestone, a whole slew of everybody. So sip. I need a sip. Getting kvetched. What's Julia say? Laminates came a long way. They are not what they used to be 30 years ago. Absolutely. I couldn't believe at the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show. I'll share some photos on here later of what they had in the laminate. I mean, it was just really incredible. Anyway, then now we're doing our quartz materials. Now the quartz are, so Cambria, Silestone, all those others on the name brands, what they are, the material is called quartz. And quartz, this happens to be from Wilson Art. See, quartz, says quartz on it. It is a man-made material with stone composites. What they do is they take stone and the powder from the stone, and they mix it with epoxies and glues and other things. It's all mixed. And then it's compressed really, really hard together, tight, and it becomes a slab, a big slab of, I think you can get pieces now from 6 feet high to almost 11 feet long. So talk about a seamless island. Yes, you can achieve that in this material, as opposed to a natural stone or laminates that only come in 8, maybe 10-foot pieces. So you could do 120, and only certain colors come. So 120 inches on that would be that. So what these are, and it's like they have all these spiely things in them. The color is consistent. When you want, again, I got this for free. I got this for free when I went on to Wilson Art, and I got a couple of them. Oh, I don't know where the other one is, but I got white also. And you could see I got a bunch of the white. I got these 3 white from them. So in order to see the color, I can just put these 3 together and show my client. See how it has like a little texture in the white? This is white. So it has like a little, it's not texture, color variation. So with this company, Wilson Art, you just have to make sure that your fabricator can do this, cut this, or has access to Wilson Art material, because you could anybody could buy it. Okay, it's a matter of who's your distributor. If your stone yard doesn't have it and they say I can't get it, say, really, let me call the sales rep for Wilsonart and find out where I can get this material, because this is what I really want for my client. And a lot of times I don't listen to the owner of the store or the salesperson there, because they're trying to sell me what they want to sell me. And I want what I want. So anyway, I ordered a bunch of these to put together for my client to see the color. Now these quartz are made to look like big, long veining. They're absolutely stunning quartz material. However, they can be more expensive than your granites and marbles and quartzites, because in order to get that perfect veining, they have to go through possibly 25% loss of material just to get 75% of it that's usable. So there's a big loss in the material, because if it doesn't come out right, it goes scrapped. Meets very, very high standards. But the advantages to the material is that it's very hard to stain it. I mean, I have stained I have a white material upstairs in my bathroom, and I have gotten rust on it, like from those Bed Bath & Beyond things that sit on there, and covered the tin thing that covers your soap pump, and it made a little rust ring. And I still, but I'm able to take Ajax and a scrubby, green Scotch-Brite pad or some kind of a scrubby material, and apply that directly to the material and scrub away and not worry about damaging the material. So in that regard, it's a really great product. Very good. I suggest this product for bathrooms. If it's in your budget, find a color that's in your budget and do a solid surface. The next step up would be your quartz. Years ago, it used to be corian and then your quartz. However, corian is an acrylic plastic product, and corian is actually, again, a brand name, but it's called a solid surface material, and that's more plastic, and that's not really in style and in fashion. I'd say that that's much more of a commercial product. So I'm talking residentially. I'm a residential designer. So this material, like, I don't know if you could see it, there's a little schmutz on the end. Like if I took a little spit, that'll comes right off. You can't even see it. And I did an experiment. I'll show you that after on conclusion here. Conclusion. There is a conclusion. There is a method to my madness. And again, give me questions. Post me questions. Do me a favor, everybody. Show me some love and post me some questions. So that's your laminate, and that's the quartz materials. And they come in hundreds of colors now. You've got more manufacturers and more colors with this. But when they say it's a quartz countertop, it's a man-made material based with stones and resins, whereas corian is all plastic, no stone, just plastics or acrylics or polyesters, whatever you want to call it. Then the other thing that I have a sample of is, and actually why I have a sample of this is because I had a client and we were doing her master bathroom. And now I know she has little children, and I know she's not that neat freak kind of person. I know she's working full time. She's busy. She's not staying home straightening up everything. And she's just not going to want anything she can has to maintain. So we were in the showroom, and the tile guy showed us this beautiful marble. And he was like, yeah, no, I have it. I'm like, marble? Really? You're telling me that you have it? And I'm like, I always thought we don't use the marble. No. I always learned that. I understood it to be that marble is porous. That's why you don't use it in the kitchen. You use it in the bathroom. However, Marble, Calcutta white marble is what is in Europe everywhere. But it's all over the European old kitchens was the Calcutta marble, the gray and white. However, it takes a beating. It wears, it scuffs, it's prone to scratches. You have to love that kind of look if you're going to buy a marble countertop. I know I went into a high-end house and she had a Calcutta gold marble countertop, extremely expensive. She said, I hate this countertop. She had a huge house in a fancy neighborhood and she loved her floor tile in the kitchen, but the countertop, and I felt like I said to myself, the designer didn't know and the fabricator didn't specify that, you know, you shouldn't use Calcutta gold marble on your kitchen countertop if you at all plan on going in there and using it. You can only look at it. Don't touch it. Don't look. Just that's it. Don't put a cup on it. God forbid. So he said, oh, I have this marble in my kitchen, my bathroom at his house, in his apartment. He's a single guy in his 30s. He lives in the city. A very nice, very, very posh sales guy, business owner. And he said, yeah, I have this in my kitchen bathroom. Now, this is, I don't know if I can get a good look here. See, it's all white. It's similar to the other white I showed. But look at the marble on the inside. Look at that, the crystals in there. It's just stunning stone. And you could see that these materials are all solid through and through. You know, this is a good solid material. Front and back, it's solid, polished. But even on the side, you can see it's very solid on the inside. Oh, by the way, this quartz material is heavy as heck because it's compressed. It's compressed material with resins where you might have tiny, tiny air pockets in a natural stone because it absorbs. So there has to be air pockets in stone. Should have had a glass of wine over there, by the way. Just saying. So your marble. And so I said, Vinny, you have this in your house? He goes, yeah, I have it in my bathroom. And when my friends stay over, my lady friends, if they leave any kind of makeup or anything on it, it comes right out. And I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, definitely. And I was like, I don't know. Because when you look at this particular person, Vinny, he is dressed to the nines. His collar, his shirt, his shoes. He's styling 24/7. This guy is sharp dressed, put together, and I could see he's OCD, and not maybe OCD, but he's definitely a type A personality and a detail-oriented personality. So for him, I see, and he's a clean freak. So he cleans all the time. He's cleaning. He's very careful. He's very careful of his material. I know him. So then I've got my client who's not so clean and neat. She's not that type A personality. She's not organized like that. She's just the opposite. So how can I make sure that this material is going to be good for my client? If I'm going to suggest it to my client and she's paying me by the hour to tell her what to get, I need to do my research. And I research stuff till I'm blue in the head, I'll tell you that. So this is the material. And I put makeup on it and everything. And this has been sitting here for a while. And I'm going to take Clorox bleach only because I had done this before. This was my experiment. I'm going to proceed to try and remove some of this. Okay. That's not coming off. This has been sitting here a while, by the way. So it's really in there. Okay, and I'm scrubbing using, they say, a mild soap and water. Okay, I'm using a Clorox bleach only because I know what happened when I used soap and water. Anyway, the same thing. So I'm clearing this up. Okay, this is nice to know though. The eyeshadow didn't come off. That's this is eyeshadow down here. That is the lipstick, and that is eyeliner and foundation. So you could see now this is the underside has also gotten some stains, but see how white that is? You see the white? Now look at it. Does that look really white to you? This is the quartzite, the quartz, and this is now the marble. Okay, and this is what the marble looked like before. Yeah, here's what it looked like before. Let's see, look at the lighting good. Look at the difference. This was a chip from a different piece of marble, but the same thing. So this one here on my right is the original marble. Okay, this on my left is the marble after I experimented. Now, this is the third time I'm doing it. The first time, no, maybe the second time. The first time I did it, put these down. Boy, it's like in a workout. These are heavy. Just get one of these on. Forget the weights. Just do your marbles. 1, 2, 1, 2. I get another stone in one hand. I need to get 2. Then I also did, I gotta find something there. I'm a very unorganized person. I probably, when I end this, I'll find it and go, oh my God, it was right in front of you the whole entire time. You're so stupid. But it's not. Hold on. Sometimes you have to get up and stand to get a different perspective on things, I find. So let me just see if I can find this stupid thing. Excuse me, I'm taking information. Da 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 da. What the heck? Got a million of those things. I don't know. I really can't. I can't handle it. Does this happen to you? Happens to me all day long. Where is it? Where is it? I don't know. I don't know. Where'd you put it? I don't know. Where'd it go? I can't remember. What was I talking about? I forget. Anyway. Oh, you know what? I probably took it off. When I did it to this material and I cleaned it, it didn't come off in in the white, okay? It didn't really come so bright white in this material. So what I did was I took Ajax and a sponge and I cleaned it and it came all clean, like nothing happened to it. This isn't the piece, but it might as well be the piece. Trust me, I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to you. It came right off of this. So at the end of the day, I told my client, you absolutely positively cannot order this most amazing, gorgeous marble. This material is not for you. It's what I thought. What I thought was it's marble and it's porous. But I never took a piece of marble and did this until my client. And that's after I'm in the business 26 years. Always learning, always growing. So for a fact, marble is porous. Even if you seal it, even no matter what you do, and you got to be really careful. So if you're going to have marble, you cannot go anywhere near your makeup. You have to stay away from your perfumes. The material will etch. Marble on the floor in a toilet, if urine gets on it, it will etch it. So etching is scratching the surface or making, wearing away the shine. It will actually, the acids in the whatever's sitting on it will damage the surface of the actual stone, not a finish, but the stone itself. And you have to actually have somebody come in and professionally, they'd have to actually buff it out. If you're going to do anything, you can buff these things out, but not everybody does it. But like when you have a marble floor, an old marble floor, there are companies that will come in and polish it and clean it, and it'll look just like new because it can be redone like that. So that's my little thing on countertop materials for mica, quartz, and my little marble experiment. That's my lesson for today. And I hope you all enjoyed it. I wish that you would all, I encourage you all to make a little comment, let me know you were listening. I see no one else has joined, but I have one person watching, and that's okay because I'm doing it. Anyway, I love talking to everybody and telling them, teaching. Next time I'm going to have a little wine. And I promise to be more consistent on coming online. This time kind of works for me, 5 o'clock-ish. I'm more of a late day person, so this is kind of like when I'm taking a break. I'm actually going to take a break and then get back to work later. Oh, thanks a lot, Julia. She said it was great. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, any questions? I'll do some, because could be a whole nother talk about your granites, your soapstone, your travertine, the slates, quartzite. A lot of what's going on there now is quartzite, and there's pros and cons to quartzite as well. Everything has its pros and cons. There's no such thing as perfect in this world. Nothing is perfect. Even though you want to believe something is perfect, we all should learn nothing's perfect. And that's okay. That's the way it is. So, but we all strive for perfection and we try to come as close as we can. All these materials have their pros and all these materials have their cons. So it's a matter of hate or love. But don't discard your laminates. And don't be fooled by thinking just because this is a man-made material, this quartz, that it's going to be less expensive than granite and competitive. It could be much more than granite, depending on the color that you choose. And we have more material. Oh, I didn't even say we can also talk about next time sintered stone, which is a new kind of stone that's out there, and your porcelain countertop materials. That's a whole nother discussion. Right now, I think we're done, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. Please show me some love because I want to encourage me to keep going on once, I'm trying to do once a day, every day, or, that's really pushing it for me. If I could I'll do 2 or 3 days in a row, and then I got to take a break, but maybe I'll get better at it someday. I'm really looking forward to learning more about who is in this group, about how I can help you and teach you. Maybe you have a question on some product you're specifying or a project you're working on that you're not sure which material would be the best to work. Perhaps you have a question about the construction of a cabinet. There are plenty of cabinet suppliers out there, and everybody is a little bit different, and there are the little back end secrets of why one cabinet is more expensive than another. And I want to talk about that more in depth for the people who don't know quite the details of the kitchen and bath industry. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my little video. I have, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all next time. And have a great evening. I think I said and. Count how many times I said and. But this is going to really be the end. Okay, I love you. Alison Solar, Solara Designs, kitchen and bath design specialist. All your kitchen and bath design needs, come to moi. Have a great night. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace.